Welcome everyone to Maranatha Call. My name is Micah. I just want to give a quick talk today on the time of overcoming, and that's the time I believe we're in right now, the church is in, and this time has been going since the time of Christ, from the time of Christ all the way up until the time of Jacob's trouble, the time of that 7 years, the shifting of dispensation. We're in the time of overcoming. I'm going to read from Revelation 12. I'm going to start in verse 7. Now war arose in heaven, Michael and his angels fighting against the dragon. And the dragon and his angels fought back, but he was defeated, and there was no longer any place for them in heaven. And the great dragon was thrown down, that ancient serpent who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. And I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, Now salvation and power, and the kingdom of our God, and the authority of his Christ have come. For the accuser of our brothers has been thrown down, who accuses them day and night before our God. And they have conquered him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony. For they loved not their lives even unto death. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. But woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil has come down to you in great wrath, because he knows that his time is short. So I believe that this time is quickly approaching. That this war and this throwing down of Satan happens right at the beginning of the day of the Lord, the 7-year tribulation period. But what I want to focus on is that verse where it says, Therefore, because he's been thrown down, the accuser of our brethren, the accuser of you and me, who are believers in Christ, who's been accusing us all throughout the ages of the church, is thrown down. Therefore, he is no longer there to accuse. Therefore, in other words, rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Because at this point, I believe the church will be in heaven. The rapture will have taken place, because this is at the start of the 7 years. It says, Rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. And it says, I want to focus on this part, they have conquered, they have overcome. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, for they did not love their lives even unto death. What I want to focus on is that this phrase here is past tense. They overcame him. In other words, it's done. The overcoming is finished, because, as we see from the context, the enemy has been cast down. Our accuser is no longer there, able to accuse us any longer before the throne. And so, right now, before that time, we are in the time of overcoming. And I believe, this verse gives us everything we need to know what it is to overcome. They conquered him by the blood of the Lamb, number 1. The blood of the Lamb, and the word of their testimony. And they did not love their lives even unto death. That can very physically and literally be unto martyrdom, because there have been countless saints throughout the age of the church that have come to that point where they literally gave up their own lives and were killed for their testimony. And I think in even other ways, they love not their own lives even unto death. That can be even more in a spiritual sense, the death of on our own cross. We gave up the world. We did not love our lives, our own dreams, our own desires. We chose death with Christ. And so that's what we remember right now, because that day is very quickly approaching, that the enemy, our accuser, is going to be cast down very soon. And right now, once that point comes, the overcoming will be done with. And it's very interesting too, if you look back at the 7 letters to the 7 churches that start out Revelation, Each one is ended to him who overcomes, to him who overcomes. So in other words, that's giving, it's talking about giving guidelines to those churches for the church age, because that is the age also that the age of overcoming. And as soon as that accuser is thrown down, that age of overcoming will be completed, and we will have overcome, past tense, as the verse gives. So that's my encouragement to everyone right now, to remember in these times, these amazing times, the blood of the Lamb, the word of our testimony, and we did not love our lives even unto death. Whatever that looks like, we gave our lives to Christ. We chose to carry our cross daily, and it's only His blood that saves us. So be encouraged with that. There's a lot going on, and it's easy to get focused on peripherals and to lose heart on things, but God is moving. And I believe we are just about at that time where our accuser is thrown down, the church is taken up, we've switched places, and rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. So take heart. Continue to trust God and trust His word, because He's coming for His church very soon. It could be any day, any moment, because He says we do not know when. Watch every day. So be encouraged. It's easy to be down. It's easy to be discouraged. But our accuser is just about to be thrown down, so we continue to be overcomers. So God bless you all. Maranatha.